In this math tutorial, we'll be having a look at decimal addition and subtraction. And you'll be surprised to know that with decimal addition and subtraction, nothing changes from normal addition and subtraction. We just need to take note of our decimal point. So let's quickly have a look, see what is the definition of decimal addition. Decimal addition tells us that it is the adding of two or more numbers together that includes decimals. And the same for decimal subtraction. Decimal subtraction is the subtracting of two or more numbers from each other that includes decimals. Now, for the purpose of this tutorial, we'll be using column addition and subtraction, but then again using decimal numbers as well. So let's first have a look at the number 23.51 plus 12.46. We can just, to recap again, let's go over place values, and I've got a video tutorial on place values as well that you can access in the right top corner of the screen. Breaking these numbers up into their place values, we're going to see the following. We have ones and tens, and then on the decimal side we have tenths, and we've got hundredths. And the same for the second number, ones and tens, tenths and hundredths on the decimal sides. But there is a very, very easy way of doing column addition and subtraction, and I'm going to show it to you here with the use of decimal addition and subtraction, where we don't have to think about place values. We just need to work with the numbers from right to left. Let's first go ahead and remember to write our numbers underneath each other, taking note of that decimal point. That's the most important. So the decimal point underneath, and each number on the right hand of the decimal and on the left hand of the decimal point, we need to write neatly underneath each other. Otherwise, we are going to have trouble remembering and keeping track of all our numbers, especially if we have to carry over or lend numbers. So we're going to add these numbers together, get an answer, remembering that our decimal points right underneath each other, and also remembering the decimal point again in our answer. So let's start. First numbers, working with our rightmost number. This time we're going to work with the smallest one, which is the hundredths. We're just going to say 1 plus 6 equals 7. No need to carry over. We're done with our first numbers. Moving on to the next one. 5 plus 4 is 9. And finally, to our next number. Now we're moving over to the left-hand side of a decimal point. 3 plus 2 is 5. And finally, 2 plus 1 is 3. So our final answer then here for this question is 23.51 plus 12.46 will give us 35.97. The same principle applies for carrying over. Now we just need to remember and apply our carrying over rules. So we have 27.64 plus 52.49. Remembering to add our results line or our answer line and our decimal point in the answer as well. Starting with our first number from right to left, 4 plus 9 equals 13. So we need to carry over the 1, the 10, to our next place value, and we write our 3 in our answer. Now we need to remember, moving on to our second place value, we need to add that 1 that we carried over as well. So now we're going to have 1 plus 6 plus 4 equals 11. Look at that, a number greater than 9 once again. So now we are going to carry over the 1 to our next place value and write the other 1 in our answer, in the current place values place. Moving on to our next place value, remembering to add the 1 that we carried over again now. 1 plus 7 plus 2 equals 10. Look at that, again a number greater than 9. So we are now going to carry over that 1 and then write our 0 in the place values place that we just worked in. And finally, we're at our last place value. 1 plus 2 plus 5, remembering to add that 1 again, equals 8. Writing our answer. So our final answer here, 27.64 plus 52.49 equals 80.13. An easy way to not constantly have to think about place values and how it works. So once you get familiar with the basics, then you can apply this much more quicker way of doing column addition and subtraction. Let's do some subtraction. Basic subtraction, straightforward. Using our rules, we are going to subtract these numbers, write our results line, and then make sure that our decimal points are underneath another, ensuring that our decimal is also part of our answer. Let's start. Working from right to left. 9 minus 9 equals 0. Write our answer. 6 minus 4 equals 2. Next place value's answer. Moving on, 7 minus 2 equals 5. And then finally, 6 minus 5 equals 1. I didn't even have to think about what my place value actually was. I can just subtract like this. So, 67.69 minus 52.49 will equal 15.20. Let's have a look at an example that we have to lend. So we have 75.67 minus 56.49. Remembering to add our answer line, make sure that our decimal points are underneath each other, and including the decimal point in our answer. We're going to start with our first number. 7 is smaller than 9. So we need to lend from the next place value. So we're going to lend from the 6. The 6 becomes a 5. And we are going to add that 1 to the 7. Now we have 17 minus 9. And that will equal 8. And now we can write our answer. Now we're done with this place value. Moving on to the next. 5 minus 4. Yes, 5 is bigger than 4. We don't have to lend. Straightforward, just subtracting. 5 minus 4 equal 1. And we write our answer. Moving on to the next place value. We have, 5 is smaller than 6. So we have to lend again from the next place value. So we're going to lend from 7. 7 becomes 6. And the 1 is written at the 5. So now we have 15 that we can subtract 6 from. And that will equal 9. And we write our answer. Moving on to our final place value, we have 6 minus 5. And that equals 1. 65.57 minus 56.49 equals 19.18. So this is a little bit more of an easier and a quicker way to do column addition and subtraction. But if you find this a little bit too tricky, if you get confused, then always remember to first start with your basics in order to make sure that you understand how the place value system works. If you found this video helpful, please remember to subscribe and check out any other videos that might be helpful to you. Thanks for watching.